Okay, now to give the last part of this chapter concerning the harm measure. Okay, let's consider l'automorphisme, l'automorphisme U of J. And we suppose that and mu a half measure, a left half measure on J, that is. And what I'm going to do, you have U here, U, which is a automorphism of J into J, that is. And we suppose that this half measure over C. I'll take F here, so have this kind of functionality here, which is like F minus composite with U. And instead of taking the composite with U, I can take U minus 1. And I defined the last time how can I compute the image of this mu by an homomorphism. But I don't need that mu to be a homomorphism, that's an automorphism to say. And when you have you see that the u of mu of this one defines that the mu of component of u. If you remember, then is the image of this measure by this automorphism. And you define it like this. And instead of taking u, I will take u minus 1. Then u minus 1 of this one is also is equal to mu of f composite u minus 1. And that means that you have this one is equal to the integral of f of u minus 1 of the limit of x taken in J by definition. And if I take you suppose that you put the nu of f opposed equal to u minus 1 of this one composite with f. And you can prove also that u is also a left half measure. Left half measure. And by this theorem, there is C. By this theorem, you prove that there is C which depend also on U, like this, saying that you have this one must be equal to C. C mu, C U mu. Donc let's set like this C mu, like the mode of U like this. Then we define mode of U is a mark from the automorphism of J into R or plus C. For all U automorphisms, you have the model of this one of U. And you say that because it also a modular function, but the modular function it depends define on some space of automorphism of J. We call it as a model of automorphism because you said just now for the first part of the course we define the model of J. But he defined on the map is a map like this for J into R plus this. Now our model here denoted by D, the part of the automorphism of J into R or that is different. But now I will give you the relationship between this model with modular and the modular function we define concerning a group. Concerning a group, the main theorem, I can put it like theorem. If you see that for all x in J, let us consider I x like this, which is the inner automorphism of J. Meaning I x like this of this one is just x x S now, actually the inner automorphism to put this now. And you prove that the model of this kind of automorphism is just equal to the modulo of J of S. And what I'm going to do, what is the relation between the modular function defined on a group with the modular function defined on the space of automorphism of the group, like this. This is a modular function like this. And because it's very useful in the theory of the Harmonizer, in the theory of the integration on a topological, local topological group. Okay. Now, I'll study another part of this course, of this. We suppose now, let J be topological, be locally compact, separate group, which is also separable. This kind of group. And K, a closed subgroup from J. A closed subgroup of K. Of K. And I defined the coset like this. The right coset, the right K coset. The coset defined the right coset there is. That means that this one, the X here, is that contain the element at the form like the K and KJ, capital K and J, for all J element of J. And the coset are the right. Now, you prove that this kind of space, which is not necessarily a group, just a topological space, just probably the X here is a homogeneous space. You proved it the last time, but you put the X, this quotient space here is a more homogeneous space. You prove it already. That is a homogeneous space because when you take two elements of X, they will take you have a nomomorphism which transform when you take X here, Y, element of X like this. There exists some neighborhood F, which is but not neighborhood, but there exists a nomomorphism. Nomomorphism such that we can pass from this one to one. We did it the last time, very simple to prove. So S here is a nomomorphism, a homogeneous space. And there exists some measure, which is called a quasi-invariant measure. Let mu the measure. The measure mu is said to be quasi-invariant is said to be the quasi-invariant measure. That means that when you have the translation of J for all J, you take it in J like this. This one is the translation that there is equivalent to the mu. The translation of this mu measure is equal, not equal. That means that the two measures are the same set of measure zero. That means that mu j and J have a same set of measure zero. This one. It's not equal, it's just equivalent. You say that mu j is equivalent to j. Is equivalent to mu. This one, I think that this is equivalent to not equal. Now it is equal, that means that is invariant, but it's not just equivalent, that is quasi invariant. Invariant is this is equal, not this one, that means that is quasi invariant measure. And from here, then there is a function. The function rho defined on J defined on after posted here on J on like I put it like yeah this kind of function on defined on J like this. Okay, not J necessarily, but J defined of X like this. Such that you have d mu of J of X will be equal to J of X here, the d mu of X, this term. Rho, this function is called rho, is called Radon-Nikodym derivative. Radon-Nikodym derivative. For when you have, like, let us say that when you say that if for mu1 and the mu2 are two quasi-invariant measures, are two quasi-invariant measures, you say that the d mu1 of X will be equal to rho of X, that is d mu1 of 2 of X. This rho is like this, this rho is called the Radon-Nikodym derivative. I'll give you some example of the Radon-Nikodym derivative later. Okay, let's see this door. Fine. Okay, now I'll give you this story. In the condition that J is locally compact group and K is closed compact group, and J is locally compact group, and which is also separable. And with the K, the closed subgroup. The closed subgroup of J of J like this, and then you put our class. There exists, first of all, the first question, there exists always there exists always there is a quasi invariant measure I don't know what big news okay, bigger on X. They call this calculus, this homogeneous space. There is always a quasi invariant measure in this space. The second result you have, and you can say that two quasi invariant measures are necessary, are equivalent. Two quasi invariant measures are equivalent. The third result we can have, then there exists if this map, you can put only that this one, there is always this quasi invariant like this on J. You can complete here such that this map with J like this, X in R for all J, X like this is continuous. Rho J of X is continuous. Is continuous. Yeah, there exists every two quasi-invariant measures are necessary equivalent. And the third result you can have also, if you have, let rho be a function, a positive, locally integrable function on a Borel set, a Borel set of Z, on a Borel set of X like this, and such that rho of K J must be equal to theta K of like this K, so delta J of K rho of J, where delta K, delta J is the modular function on K and modular function on J. This here is the modular K here is the modular function on K like this, modular function on K. We have this one is a modular function on J. This one, and then you have this function. We verify this condition, then there exists a quasi-invariant measure. Mu, we depend on rho like this. We depend on rho such that the integral of f of x, rho of x like this, the mu of x on J will be equal to the integral of the what is what our measure of x like this is like this, the integral of K J d mu of K. This one is over K. So I'll put it like this. So we verify this condition here. Over K. The Ra measure of K, which is a closed group of a locally compact group. That's also a locally compact group. This one is what I'm considering how you can construct a quasi-invariant measure from just a function which is positive, and this we verify this condition. And how do we do? And then there exists a corollary of this theorem. I'll tell you. Some corollary of this theorem state that corollary. Say that you have if theta k of k is equal to theta j of k like this, okay? Then there exists an invariant measure on this homogeneous space and on the homogeneous space x like this. So if you are in this case, the modular function of k and this one is if the two is are equal, then you have you can get some invariant measure on this one. So if you are just a homogeneous space, if you know this case, then you can get invariant measure. Just you are sure that there always exists a Cali invariant measure on in a modular space. Okay, thanks.